What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Oh man, I remember when this was requested and I had so many questions. Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight. We have Stormtroopers of Death. Yes, indeed. How about that? S.O.D. Yeah, S.O.D. Stormtroopers of Death making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Saulo de Souza Jr. And Saulo de Souza Jr. wanted to see me react to this. It is S.O.D. with a live performance. That's gonna be key here, folks. A live performance of two songs, March of the S.O.D. and Sargent D and the S.O.D. Now, have I heard these songs before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. I have heard these songs more than I could possibly count. I love these songs. I remember when I was a youngster and I discovered heavy metal music, and one of the first things I did was discover this program that was on MTV back when MTV actually played music videos every Saturday night, 9:00 p.m. on the dot, midnight on the East Coast. But every Saturday night at 9:00 p.m., I would sit down for 3 hours and I would watch Headbangers Ball on MTV. And their promo music, their cut music, their filler tunes, their drops were always clips of music from, guess who? Stormtroopers of Death. Every time the show would start, they would start off with March of the S.O.D. Oh man, I loved that song, and I had to find out who this band was, and I found out who it was, and the only album they had released up to that point was Speak English or Die. And I got that album, and I listened to that album so many times that I gotta break out my old man voice here for this one. Back in my day, there used to be things called cassette tapes, and there would be this ribbon, and it would go from reel to reel, and it would move forward, or depending on what button you would push, you could go in reverse and rewind it, so you could listen to the song again. You had to wait a while, but you had to actually rewind it. This is before MP3s, when you could just push a button and go back and instantly listen to it. Those days of instant gratification did not exist yet. We had to actually manually push the rewind button and wait for the ribbon to rewind, and then we would play it again. And it happened so many times where I would rewind and push play, and then rewind and push play. Eventually, the ribbon snapped. It is because I was doing it so many times. Yeah, that literally happened. I actually broke the ribbon on it. I had to go buy another copy. But that's okay. Hey, it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. So yes, I am very familiar with both of these songs. They on the album, Sargent D and the S.O.D. bleeds from the ending of March of the S.O.D. It goes right into it. So I kind of count this as one song because combined total, it's like less than 4 minutes. They're each like a minute and a half or a minute and 45 each or something like that. They are short songs. So I said, why not? We'll do them both. You can't just, listen, you can't just do March of the S.O.D. and not do Sargent D. You have to do both. So I get it. I applaud it. And I absolutely 100% agree with that. So we're going to do both right now. And since I am being forthright here, and I'm gonna have full transparency. Yes, I think I made it pretty clear. I've heard both of these songs before, so I'm not taking the songs. Unfortunately, I cannot take the songs into account here with songwriting. I'm gonna be basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my score completely on the live performance, what we see, not what we hear. Okay, please keep that in mind. Let's see, this was originally posted by, I hope I pronounced this right, Saba Barlog, or Saba Barlog. It's CSABA. Take that for what it's worth. And the video has 897,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. March of the S.O.D. Sargent D and the S.O.D. We got them both. We got them both. I wonder how this is going to sound live. I know on the studio recording, I love it. But, you know, studio recording doesn't always translate well to live. So, but I know the members of the band. So if anybody's going to make it sound good, it's going to be them. All right. Let's do this!
All right, boy, let's do this!
Yeah, get it, Scott. Man, this is bringing back memories. Ha ha ha! Okay, I know that's the lead vocal. Okay, so I have a question. I've never seen S.O.D. live. This is a first. So I have a question. The mask, the Sargent D mask. Yeah, I forgot to mention I had to change shirts. I had to look. If I'm gonna represent, I gotta represent right. Okay, so he's looks like he's wearing a Sargent D mask, completed with cigar, by the way, very important. So I got a question here. The mask, is that a typical thing? Like, will you do that at every show? And does he wear it for the entire show, or is it just does he break it out just for this one song, or is this a one-time thing? Does he do this every show? I don't know. I'm really curious to know. Those of you who have seen S.O.D. live several times, fill in the blank for me, would you? He is up there on that call speaker, isn't he? He's about, what, 8 feet off the stage? Okay. Cool. Well, hope when he jumps back on the stage, everything's fine. I'm assuming he's going to jump onto the stage. It's an 8-foot jump, but I'm sure he can do it. Don't bend the knees, you'll be fine. Anyway, so far so good. I like everything I'm seeing. A lot of stage energy. Lots of stage energy, thanks to Scott. Refresh my memory, bass player. That's Joey, right? Joey DeMaio. I think that is him, or Joey DeMaio. I think that's him. He's playing a Warlock bass. Kind of reminds me of the The bass kind of reminds me of something Dee Dee Verney would play, but I don't think that's Dee Dee Verney. Drummer, looks like Charlie Benante from Anthrax. I'm not 100% sure if that's their usual drummer. I thought it was someone else, but maybe it is Charlie. Or maybe Charlie's just filling in for this one show. It's also a possibility. I know the members usually rotated, but Scott Ian was like a mainstay of the band. I know he is. Everyone else I think is kind of up in the air. So I could be wrong about that. I'm not 100% sure. So again, SOD fans would have seen SOD many, many times. Fill in the blanks for me, would you? Anyway, let's, I know that's the end of March of the SOD. We're going to go into Sargent D. Now let's see what they can do here. Don't fall off. Holy cow! Up him up! Up him up! Get him back on the stage. Oh my God, yeah, start pounding on people. Lost the mask. Oh no, he took it off. Okay, first of all, that jump was ridiculous. I thought he would just jump back onto the stage. I did not see a stage dive from that high. If you take into account that must have been a 10-foot to 12-foot drop. And let's be honest, folks, he's not a small dude. I mean, he's a big guy. So he's looking about 240, 250 there. Taking a stage dive from the top of a column speaker that's about 8 feet tall. And that poor crowd. I mean, it looks like he dove into a bunch of people who were able to absorb his weight, but still, if they're not ready for him, he's hitting the ground, and that is not gonna feel good. Getting out of the crowd, that looked like a chore. I saw him take the mic, and he started hitting on people to let him back out of there. Amazingly, he came out with all of his clothes on. He came out with his microphone in hand, and it looks like he came out with his mask. His mask was in hand. He was smart. He probably as soon as he hit, he probably took the mask off immediately so no one could grab it off of him and held on to it like his life depended on it. It looks like he chucked it off to the side. So I'm shocked. He came out with everything that he went in with. Amazing. Still kind of getting over that jump, but hey, listen. Straight up, I would never do that. There's just too much risk, man. If the crowd decides to go, nope, and they decide to move and he hits the ground, he's pretty much on his way to the hospital. Show's over. So I would not take that chance. But good on him. Good on him for having the guts to do it, man. Seriously, I would not. Anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Nice. Bringing back some good times, bringing back some good vibes, some good memories. And it's interesting, I've always wondered what they look like live. Well, now I have an idea. Definitely have an idea. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was S.O.D, also known as, Stormtroopers of Death. There we go. Got to represent. S.O.D with a live performance of March of the S.O.D and Sargent D and the S.O.D. Yes, it's 2 songs that combined for a total of less than 4 minutes. It's about 3.5 for both. So I figured, why not? Let's just do them both. This was a request from Salo D'Souza Jr. Okay, before I get my score, I just need to remind everybody of what I said at the beginning. I know these songs. I love these songs. This was the theme song of my teenage years, boy. I heard this on Headbangers Ball when the first time I tuned into Headbangers Ball, 9 p.m. Western time, Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Saturday evening. It was always time for me to sit down and watch all 3 hours of Headbangers Ball. That was my childhood. That absolutely was. And they would always use snippets of music from S.O.D for their fillers, for their bumpers, for their intro tracks and whatnot. In particular, March of the S.O.D is how they would start the show every single Saturday. And I absolutely love these 2 songs. They are just fun. They're not complex. They are not fancy. If I were to ever give the scores for the songs, in all honesty, and I know people are going to criticize me for this, but I would put them somewhere in the 6s, honestly. They're pretty good songs. They're not complex. They're not amazing, fantastically written or impressively written. Boy, they're fun. They are fun tunes. Pretty much their entire album is just fun. There is not a single song on Speak English or Die that I honestly would say is impressive. Not one. But I still love it. Kind of like Kiss, there's nothing amazing about the songwriting, but boy, they're fun to listen to. But having said all of that, I am not taking the songs themselves into account here in any way, shape, or form because I know the songs. I've heard the songs way more times than I could possibly count. No, I am basing my evaluation of my score completely on the visuals, the live show, okay? So please keep that in mind. It's about what we saw, not about what we heard. Having said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that live show a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think it was a really good live presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Let's just go down the checklist, shall we? I mean, I think that will pretty much say it all. Stage presence. Yeah, I'll give it the check. I mean, it's not the best stage presence. I mean, they're wearing t-shirts and shorts and jeans. So, I mean, it's not like, it's not like they look like performers. They can be very easily mistaken for roadies, but they acted like performers. So I will give the stage presence a check. Absolutely. Stage energy, definitely a check. Lots of stage energy happening on the stage. Mostly thanks to Scott Ian, if I'm being honest. But I mean, everybody else contributed a little bit here and there as well. So stage energy is definitely getting the check. Stage interaction. Not really. I can't give that one a check in all seriousness, guys. Nobody really interacted with each other, and they moved next to each other, sort of, because in passing they were moving around, but there was never any attempt made to actually interact with each other, even subtly. There wasn't. So I'm not going to give that one the check, unfortunately. Moving on to crowd interaction. Yeah. That's a big check. It doesn't get much more interactive than jumping into the crowd. I mean, that's always a given. But jumping off of an 8-foot tall column speaker into the crowd, stage diving into the crowd, now that's a whole nother thing. I did not see that coming. I thought he was just gonna jump onto the stage, or maybe stay up there for the entire performance, wait for the stage to go dark, and then come back down the way he came up. That's what I was expecting. I did not see him jumping into the crowd. Bit of a risk. If the crowd, because he's a big guy, man, and no offense, but if I'm in the crowd and I see him, ready to dive on top of me, I'm gonna kind of take my cue from the rest of the crowd. If everybody else moves, trust me, I'm gonna move as well. No offense to the guy, but I'm not risking my life getting crushed. The guy looks like he weighs about 240, 250. I mean, he does not look like a small dude. So, luckily the crowd was there to catch him. That was quite the risk. Good thing the crowd decided to save him. But I'm just going to put it to you this way, folks. I love interacting with the crowd. I don't love interacting with the crowd that much. I would not stage dive from that high into the crowd. That would be that's definitely a recipe for catastrophe. But he did it. He absolutely did it. And it does not get more interactive with the crowd than doing that. So that absolutely gets a big check. Showmanship, yeah, check. I mean, just the stage dive alone was enough for the showmanship. On top of that, you had everybody else on the stage doing what they do. Scott with his infamous, moshing march that he does. That's a staple of his. It absolutely is. So yeah, the showmanship absolutely gets a check to boot. Production. I mean, the mask. That's technically production. Lighting was done well too. So yeah, I'll give production the check. Yeah, sure. It's not much of a check, but it is a check. And like I've always said, production is just bonus points. So it's not like it needs to be there. But it was there. I'll give it to it. So this is how I'm coming up with a 7.8. It was fun to watch, that's for sure. And on top of that, and this had nothing to do with the score. I did not take this into account when it came to the score, but it was good to hear the songs again, and bring back some of that nostalgia feeling in me and some of those good times I had watching Headbangers Ball as a kid. So yeah, I mean, absolutely. 7.8, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.8, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.